I was bouncing between ultrasound, where, you know, you help anybody that needs, you know, especially like pregnant ladies, you help them, you give them the pictures of their babies, all that, and I liked that idea. But then, you know, I wanted to do a little bit more to help people, so then that's when I was like, okay, you know, maybe nursing, let's do that, and I enjoy it so far, so.
Of course, there's a lot of different disciplines within nursing. How did you settle on going down the path of becoming a school nurse?
I wanted to try something new. I came from a women's mental health rehabilitation facility, and that dealt a lot with, you know, women who were suicidal or self-harming or eating disorders, stuff like that. And we did also have kids lodges, and it was interesting to see, you know, these kids with these major conditions and mental health conditions, and I liked being able to help them. So then I was like, okay, and when I started looking for new jobs, the school nursing popped up, and I was like, you know what, we'll try that. Something new, and it's still helping kids.
Obviously, the medical needs of students have changed over the years, and the services that school nurses provide have changed with that. What is one of the needs of students that you see quite often that people might not necessarily be aware of?
It's statistically proven right now that diabetes is definitely on the rise, so kids need more help with that. There's different ways the kids are managing their diabetes. You have kids on pumps or kids on pens, and we need to help, especially the ones on pens, we need to help them calculate their carbs. We need to have specific care plans in place for, you know, if they go too high or too low. There's no emergency medication for it if they drop too low.
School nurses are such a part of the fabric of education now. I think maybe at times we take for granted that there is a school nurse. What is the biggest benefit of having a school nurse in a school building?
I would say that the benefit is it makes it easier and a little safer, because you have one person that has a healthcare background taking care of the students that are either sick or have chronic conditions, versus if you didn't have a school nurse, it would be up to the other staff who already do one job and maybe don't know all backgrounds for all medical conditions. And nurses, they are still learning, so maybe we don't always know all the medical backgrounds either, but it's easier for us to study it and learn it and try to adapt and take care of the students with that condition, versus maybe another staff member who's already doing a job, but then they would have to drop something that they're doing to take care of a student and do a whole second job that's completely different from their original scope.
You're a 2018 graduate of Romeoville High School, and you went to middle school here at AVM, and you're not that far removed from being a student here. It was a little strange coming back here, and all the people who were Mr. or Mrs. as teachers are now your fellow staff members.
Yeah, it was definitely an adjustment period for a little bit. For when I first started, I was still calling them Mr. and Miss, and it was definitely an adjustment period. And then walking into the building, it's interesting to see what's changed and what stayed the same.
So what has changed and what stayed the same?
I mean, nothing majorly, honestly, changed, like, because I started out as a sub going into like the high school. The high school definitely changed a lot, but coming into here, it seems like everything pretty much stayed the same. You still have the pods for the different grade levels, the little shortcut hallways between like 8th grade and the gym. But yeah, everything pretty much stayed the same here. It just feels smaller now that I'm older. When I was younger, it felt like the building was bigger.